There's an old adage that says, if you want something, pursue it to the end and never give up. This sentiment, while inspiring, also brings with it a less discussed burden, the invisible pressure we place on ourselves to constantly control and force life's outcomes. Yet, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism invites us to view life from a different lens. It teaches us that not everything needs to be forced. Life, more often than not, should flow naturally like a stream, rather than being something we try to constrain within the boundaries of our desires. Consider the times when you've tried to micromanage every detail to secure a specific outcome. Maybe you poured your heart and soul into a job or a relationship, only to find that the harder you tried, the more elusive success became. These experiences, rather than elevating us, often lead to physical exhaustion and a profound sense of insecurity and disappointment. This doesn't necessarily mean we are inadequate or unworthy. Rather, it suggests that perhaps we are pushing too hard against the natural course of events. Adopting a life that doesn't force things is not about passivity. In a world that continually demands visible forms of success and happiness, choosing to flow with life can be quite challenging. However, Stoicism offers us the tools to lighten this burden significantly. It suggests that we can lead richer, more fulfilling lives by easing our grip on the need to control every aspect of our existence. Now, let's walk through 10 Stoic methods that can help you embrace this more serene approach to living. These strategies are not just about reducing stress and anxiety. They are also about finding joy and satisfaction in every moment, regardless of the outcomes. Our journey begins with the principle of living fully in the present. Stoicism places great emphasis on embracing the current moment as the primary reality. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This powerful reminder tells us that our time is finite, and the present is all we truly own. Living in the moment means immersing oneself fully in the now, feeling and experiencing life deeply, without the shadow of past regrets or future anxieties. Picture yourself sitting beneath an ancient tree, the sound of birds singing above, and the touch of a gentle breeze against your skin. In that moment, you are given the opportunity to engage fully with life, unburdened by tasks left undone or plans yet to unfold. How often have we sat beside a loved one, our minds miles away, entangled in thoughts of what was or what could be, missing the precious moments right before us. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we not only enhance our own lives, but also enrich those around us. To cultivate this habit, start by asking yourself regularly, what is happening right now? How can I engage with this moment fully? Such inquiries can help you cut through the distractions that pull you away from the present, allowing for a deeper connection to the ongoing experience of life. Commit to a daily practice, even if it's just a few minutes of meditation. Focus on your breathing, the sensations in your body, or the sounds around you. This practice can help you return to the present moment, shedding the weight of unnecessary worries. Next, let's explore the Stoic acceptance of life's impermanence. Life is an ever-evolving tapestry of change. Nothing remains static. Heraclitus, another philosopher, famously said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." This metaphor beautifully illustrates the constant state of flux that defines our existence. In our daily lives, we often seek stability and permanence, hoping that certain things will never change. But this resistance to the natural flow of life can cause immense suffering and frustration. Embracing the impermanence of life does not mean resigning ourselves to a fate of instability. Rather, it means understanding that change is inevitable and learning to flow with it. Consider the changing seasons. Each brings its own set of experiences and challenges, and yet each is essential to the cycle of life. Just as we accept the passing of seasons, so too can we learn to accept the phases of our own lives. Understanding that emotions, circumstances, and life itself are transient can free us from the pressure to cling to any one state of being. When we grasp that joy, sorrow, and anger are all fleeting, we can remain more balanced and equanimous in the face of life's ups and downs. This acceptance not only alleviates anxiety, but also deepens our appreciation for the present moment, knowing it too will pass. As we continue on this path of Stoic wisdom, our next steps will delve deeper into the practice of acceptance, letting go, and finding joy in the simple, unfolding pattern of life. These principles can transform not only how we view the world, but also how we interact with it, leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling existence. Continuing our exploration of Stoic wisdom, let's delve into the power of acceptance, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Acceptance, according to Stoicism, isn't about passive resignation, but about recognizing our limitations and choosing how we respond to them. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This understanding places the emphasis on internal rather than external control, empowering us to maintain our composure and dignity, regardless of the challenges we face. Imagine encountering a significant setback, such as a job loss or a personal betrayal. Our instinctive reactions might range from denial to anger to bargaining. However, Stoicism invites us to consider a different response, one where we accept the reality of the situation, reflect on it calmly, and then decide how best to proceed. This form of acceptance doesn't mean you don't feel hurt or disappointed. Rather, it means you recognize these feelings without letting them dictate your actions. Acceptance allows us to conserve our emotional energy and apply it towards constructive solutions rather than wasting it on unchangeable aspects of our predicament. For example, if a job opportunity does not go as planned, instead of dwelling in disappointment and self-pity, we can accept the situation as it is and redirect our efforts towards new opportunities. This approach not only helps us recover more quickly, but also keeps us engaged and open to new possibilities. Moreover, acceptance helps to cultivate flexibility and resilience. When we accept that life is unpredictable and often beyond our control, we develop a more adaptable attitude. This flexibility can be incredibly freeing, allowing us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and less anxiety. It teaches us to be resilient in the face of adversity, finding ways to bounce back and forge ahead, even when the path is uncertain. The third method in our Stoic toolkit is learning to let go, which complements the practice of acceptance. Letting go involves understanding and releasing things that we cannot change or control, thereby freeing ourselves from unnecessary burdens. Consider the metaphor of holding onto a hot coal. The longer you hold it, the more it burns you. Letting go is the decision to open your hand and allow the coal to drop, relieving you of pain and suffering. Letting go is especially relevant in our relationships and personal expectations. We often cling to ideals about how things should be, which can lead to frustration and disappointment when reality does not match our expectations. By learning to let go of these preconceived notions, we can experience life more fully and appreciate it for what it is, rather than what we think it should be. This doesn't mean lowering our standards or giving up on our goals, but rather adjusting our grip on the reins of life, allowing things to unfold more naturally. For instance, you might have a vision of perfect harmony in your family relationships. When conflicts arise, as they inevitably do, clinging to this ideal can lead to significant distress. Learning to let go of the need for perfect harmony and accepting the natural ebb and flow of relationships can lead to a more relaxed and joyful family life. This practice involves acknowledging that everyone, including ourselves, is flawed, and that growth often comes from working through conflicts rather than avoiding them. The practice of mindfulness is the fourth Stoic method we will explore. Mindfulness, in the Stoic sense, is about maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment. It encourages us to approach experiences with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of controlling our minds to find strength. He believed that by mastering our thoughts, we can influence our experiences and reactions significantly. Mindfulness allows us to pause before reacting impulsively, giving us the time to consider how best to respond in line with our Stoic values. It helps us recognize our emotional triggers and step back from them, reducing the likelihood of rash decisions or actions that we might later regret. For example, in a heated discussion, mindfulness can help you recognize rising anger or frustration, allowing you to choose a response that is measured and considerate rather than one that escalates conflict. Practicing mindfulness can start with simple activities like mindful breathing or walking. These practices help center your attention and reduce distractions, making it easier to stay present and engaged in whatever you are doing. By focusing on your breath or the sensations of your feet touching the ground, you can anchor yourself in the present moment, cutting through the noise of unhelpful thoughts about the past or worries about the future. As we continue to delve deeper into these Stoic practices, we will discover more about how they can help us lead more fulfilling and peaceful lives. Each method offers valuable insights into managing our emotions and reactions, ultimately leading to a more thoughtful and intentional way of living. Moving further into our exploration of Stoic principles, we encounter the powerful practice of using silence effectively, an often underappreciated aspect of Stoic philosophy. In a world saturated with constant noise and relentless demands for our attention, the Stoic practice of embracing silence can seem revolutionary. Silence, in this context, is more than just the absence of sound. It is an opportunity for deep reflection and introspection, allowing us to connect with our innermost thoughts and feelings. The power of silence is multifaceted. It allows us to withdraw from the distractions of everyday life and gives us the space to think clearly and deeply. In silence, we can reflect on our actions, decisions, and emotions, and consider how they align with our Stoic values of virtue and integrity. This practice is not about isolation, but about fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. It's about finding clarity amid chaos, which can lead to more thoughtful and considered responses to the challenges we face. For instance, consider a conflict at work or a disagreement with a friend. In such situations, our immediate reaction might be to respond defensively or aggressively. However, by choosing to embrace silence first, we give ourselves the space to process our emotions and think through our responses. This pause can help us avoid saying or doing something we might regret, and instead allow us to approach the situation with wisdom and composure. Another aspect of Stoicism that silence enhances is our ability to listen, truly listen, to others. Stoic philosophy teaches us that effective communication is as much about listening as it is about speaking. By embracing silence, we can better hear not just the words of others, but the intent behind them, which can foster deeper understanding and stronger relationships. This is particularly important in our interactions with those close to us, where genuine listening can strengthen bonds and build trust. As we integrate silence into our daily routine, it's beneficial to practice it deliberately. Set aside time each day to sit quietly, free from distractions like phones, computers, and other media. Use this time to meditate, reflect on your day, or simply be present with your thoughts. This practice can help you cultivate a state of inner peace and stability that remains with you as you navigate the complexities of daily life. The next Stoic method to explore is the joy of embracing the journey, not just the destination. Stoicism teaches us to find fulfillment in the process of living, not merely in achieving specific outcomes. This perspective is crucial in a success-driven culture where the end often overshadows the means, and the pressure to achieve can lead to significant stress and unhappiness. Embracing the journey means appreciating each step, regardless of whether it leads to success or failure. It involves recognizing that each experience, challenge, or setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop our character. For example, if you're working towards a career goal, Stoicism would advise you to find value in the work itself, in the skills you're developing, and the relationships you're building along the way, rather than focusing solely on the end goal. This approach can profoundly change how we view our lives and our pursuits. It allows us to find satisfaction in the present, reducing the anxiety and impatience often associated with needing to reach a future goal. It teaches us to be patient and to trust the process, knowing that personal growth and understanding come from the journey itself, not just the destination. Finally, let's consider the importance of finding joy in simplicity, a theme that resonates deeply within Stoic teachings. In a world that often equates happiness with material wealth and external success, Stoicism brings us back to the basics, reminding us that true joy comes from within and can be found in the simplest aspects of life. This Stoic practice encourages us to strip away the unnecessary, to focus on what truly matters: relationships, personal growth, and self-reflection. It teaches us to appreciate the ordinary moments, like a quiet morning, a meal with family, or a walk in nature. These moments, though seemingly mundane, are where we can find profound happiness and contentment. By simplifying our lives and our desires, we reduce the clutter that distracts us from the true essence of living. We learn to value what we have, rather than always seeking more, and to find peace in the present, rather than constantly striving for an elusive future. As we continue to apply these Stoic practices to our lives, we discover that they not only help us navigate life's challenges more effectively, but also lead us to a deeper, more meaningful existence. Each method, embracing silence, enjoying the journey, and finding joy in simplicity, offers a path to greater peace and fulfillment, guiding us to live with intention and wisdom in a world that often seems chaotic and overwhelming. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic wisdom, we arrive at a crucial aspect of living a fulfilling life: the art of gratitude. Stoicism teaches us that gratitude isn't merely about expressing thanks for obvious blessings. It's a profound acknowledgement of everything life offers, from the smallest joys to the challenges that forge our character. This perspective shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, nurturing a sense of contentment and resilience that can transform our everyday experiences. Gratitude in Stoicism is more than a reactive emotion. It is a proactive approach to life. It encourages us to see every experience, whether perceived as good or bad, as an opportunity for growth and appreciation. For instance, while enduring hardships, instead of succumbing to despair, a Stoic finds reasons to be grateful, perhaps for the strength gained in facing adversity or the lessons learned through trial. This shift in perspective can dramatically alter our emotional landscape, turning potential bitterness into a deepened appreciation for life's complex tapestry. Each day, we have the opportunity to practice gratitude by starting with simple reflections. Upon waking, consider what you are genuinely thankful for. It could be the comfort of your home, the presence of loved ones, or even the simple act of breathing. Marcus Aurelius, a proponent of this practice, urged us to think upon awakening. Think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. By anchoring our days in such reflections, we set a tone of positivity and openness that carries through all our interactions and activities. Moreover, gratitude helps us maintain a balanced perspective, especially when we face life's inevitable disappointments and losses. It acts as a buffer against taking our blessings for granted and fosters resilience by highlighting our existing resources when new challenges arise. By appreciating what we already have, we can face uncertain futures with courage and optimism, knowing that our happiness does not solely depend on achieving more or acquiring new possessions. Another Stoic practice deeply connected to gratitude is the appreciation of solitude. Solitude, often feared in our hyper-connected age, is viewed by Stoics as a sacred space for self-discovery and contemplation. It is in moments of solitude that we can deeply engage with our thoughts, reassess our values, and align our actions with our true selves. Solitude provides a pause from the noise of societal expectations and allows us to reconnect with our priorities and passions. Embracing solitude doesn't mean shunning social connections or duties. Instead, it involves finding a balance where we can retreat into our inner world to refresh and gain clarity. During these quiet moments, whether through meditation, nature walks, or simply sitting quietly with our thoughts, we gain insights that are often obscured by the constant buzz of everyday life. Solitude can thus be a powerful ally in our quest for a meaningful Stoic life, where self-awareness and inner peace are paramount. The final Stoic practice we explore is the concept of amor fati, or love of fate, which encourages us to embrace everything that happens, not only to accept life's events, but to love them actively. This radical acceptance goes beyond mere coping or resilience. It involves a joyful embrace of everything that life brings, trusting that all experiences, no matter how challenging, are essential parts of our journey. Amor fati is a call to stop fighting against the current of life and to start swimming with it, trusting that the direction it takes us, however unexpected, is where we are meant to be. This trust doesn't nullify our efforts or diminish our agency. Rather, it enhances our engagement with life, infusing our actions with passion and purpose, knowing that each step, each decision, is part of a larger, meaningful narrative. As we integrate these Stoic practices, gratitude, solitude, and amor fati, into our lives, we find that they collectively forge a more robust, more serene, and more joyful existence. They remind us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control our perceptions, our reactions, and our internal state. This realization liberates us from unnecessary stresses and empowers us to live fully, with intention and integrity. In summary, the Stoic journey is not about detachment from the world, but about deeper engagement with it, armed with the wisdom to discern what matters most. It teaches us to value simplicity, cherish the present, embrace our experiences with gratitude, and find peace in solitude. These practices do not weaken our resolve, but strengthen our capacity to live richly, regardless of external circumstances. As we close this series on Stoic philosophy, reflect on how these principles can be woven into the fabric of your daily life. Consider the areas where you might practice more gratitude, seek moments of solitude, or more fully embrace the life you have, regardless of its imperfections. Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life, but it offers a deeply fulfilling one, characterized by peace, resilience, and a profound connection to the world around us. Remember, the path of Stoicism is always open, inviting you to explore its depths and discover its timeless relevance in your own life.